Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. These obsessive DNC-paid Twitter Blue Anon shills have not stopped talking about Tucker Carlson since he was let go by Fox News. I got the perfect example here, Ron Filipkowski, who kept tweeting on interval how much of a coward Tucker Carlson is for not responding after being let go by Fox. He deleted his Twitter bio and still didn't say one damn word today. Coward. Not one word from coward Tucker. Now, I'm not exactly sure what kind of point that this guy is trying to make. Probably yet again just another leftist Twitter grifter trying to ride the wave and get as much attention as possible. Considering this guy tweets like once every 10 seconds, that's probably exactly what's going on. But obviously Tucker Carlson isn't a coward refusing to address the situation. If anything, Tucker's the most courageous man in the mainstream media, or at least one of them. One of the only individuals in the mainstream media actually willing to tackle the truth and really say the hard truths. That's what got him in trouble in the first place. And so I don't know what leftoids are expecting here. For Tucker to just cower away, shrivel up into a ball, and disappear forever, to apologize for his unwoke transgressions, and disappear from public life. Obviously, that was never going to happen. What is happening is probably these leftoids' worst nightmare. Tucker is back, probably better than ever, and clearly with a little bit of a vengeance. Maybe a lot of vengeance. In a good way, in a positive way. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on. We've got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright friends, so Tucker's finally released a message. Let's take a look and then let's talk about it.
Good evening, it's Tucker Carlson. One of the first things you realize when you step outside the noise for a few days is how many genuinely nice people there are in this country. Kind and decent people, people who really care about what's true, and a bunch of hilarious people also, a lot of those. It's got to be the majority of the population, even now. So that's heartening. The other thing you notice when you take a little time off is how unbelievably stupid most of the debates you see on television are. They're completely irrelevant. They mean nothing. In 5 years, we won't even remember that we had them. Trust me, as someone who's participated. And yet at the same time, and this is the amazing thing, the undeniably big topics, the ones that will define our future, get virtually no discussion at all. War, civil liberties, emerging science, demographic change, corporate power, natural resources. When was the last time you heard a legitimate debate about any of those issues? It's been a long time. Debates like that are not permitted in American media. Both political parties and their donors have reached consensus on what benefits them, and they actively collude to shut down any conversation about it. Suddenly, the United States looks very much like a one-party state. That's a depressing realization, but it's not permanent. Our current orthodoxies won't last. They're brain dead. Nobody actually believes them. Hardly anyone's life is improved by them. This moment is too inherently ridiculous to continue, and so it won't. The people in charge know this. That's why they're hysterical and aggressive. They're afraid. They've given up persuasion. They're resorting to force. But it won't work. When honest people say what's true, calmly and without embarrassment, they become powerful. At the same time, the liars who've been trying to silence them shrink, and they become weaker. That's the iron law of the universe. True things prevail. Where can you still find Americans saying true things? There aren't many places left, but there are some, and that's enough. As long as you can hear the words, there is hope. See you soon.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but you know what I referred to in the first Tucker video that I made? That most likely what we'd be seeing moving forward is an unleashed, unchained Tucker. When I watched that video, that's essentially what I got from it, almost like a coded message. Speaking relatively vaguely, not saying anything outright. I mean, I don't blame him if I was in his position. It was so early. I wouldn't want to get ahead of myself, and also, I think the termination of his contract from Fox News probably came as a surprise. And so it's not like he's had weeks or months to prepare and really formulate a plan as to what he's going to do moving forward. Essentially, what he's saying is, I'm going to do something, and I'm not going anywhere. And you know what I've been saying about the mainstream mainstream media recently, for instance on the Full Send podcast in the clip that we covered just the other day, well, I'm serious about it, and it's probably time to create more platforms to talk about those things that are oh so deeply uncomfortable for the globalist uniparty. You absolutely love to see it. Essentially, what Tucker Carlson is saying is he is done being chained by the mainstream media oligarchs. And you notice another thing. Usually in cases like this, you'd see the individual sort of pop up in the mainstream media or make some sort of press release announcing that they're moving to another network or just taking a step back to kind of figure it all out. Tucker, however, released a very simple YouTube-style vlog video. He did it independent, and I think that might be a little bit of foreshadowing. Not to try to read too deeply into it, but Tucker is probably more popular than he has ever been. And if someone like Steven Crowder can go to Rumble and average over 1 million views on every single segment, well then imagine what Tucker Carlson could do. Imagine if Tucker Carlson decided to start a YouTube channel or decided to start a Rumble channel, start his own network or his own subscription platform. He could be massive. In fact, I think the media has turned him into a martyr. As much as the left probably doesn't want to accept or admit it, Tucker's not only not going anywhere, he's probably bigger, more powerful, and more pissed off than ever before. He said it specifically. Most of what he's done in his own career, what he's participated in, and mostly as he turns on the TV and watches these debates or political discussions on these mainstream networks, all of it, everything the corporate press is doing is meaningless, useless, an absolute waste of time. And he alludes to there being some places that still stand for the truth, that being enough, and finally finished by saying, see you soon. There's an ongoing battle against the legacy media establishment. If we view it as a team sport, the mainstream media apparatus is that sporting program that's an absolute Goliath. They have more money, better facilities, better offers, the top superstars. Well, that program just lost Michael Jordan, and it's possible that Michael Jordan comes on our team. That makes a big, big, big difference. And it just goes to show the wake-up call. In that clip that we covered 2 days ago of Tucker speaking on the Full Send podcast, he spoke about his most recent epiphany regarding the mainstream media. He made reference to the fact that his father worked in the media. He essentially grew up with admiration towards his perceived value of journalism, a system that he frankly revered, and how over the years that reverence has turned into disgust. And there are many in the exact same boat, and the more of those individuals who continue to jump ship, especially these top guys, the better it is for the truth. And that's the importance here. And that's essentially, I think, what Tucker Carlson is saying. It shouldn't always be about money. And sometimes selling your soul for short-term gain isn't necessarily the best path anyways, even if your pursuit is money. Tucker Carlson probably had a fantastic contract at Fox News, but I pretty much guarantee you he could do a whole lot more and make a much bigger impact on his own. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that Ben Shapiro, being a co-founder at the Daily Wire, makes a whole lot more money than Tucker Carlson. Just based on the valuation of the company itself, Tucker's a bigger name, and you know what? Tucker's a whole lot more base than Ben Shapiro. Who's to say he can't start it on his own? He's a co-founder of the Daily Caller, and he wasn't even really a contributing member there. Probably had something to do with his contract at Fox News. In fact, I think he sold his shares or his stake in the Daily Caller. Maybe I'm wrong. But all this to say, I think there was a hidden message in what Tucker was saying, and I think really that message is, if we were to really distill it to its simplest form, is that he is done with the mainstream media apparatus. He's going on his own. He no longer wants to be on that leash. That's exactly what it is. And most likely something big, something massive is coming down the pike. The ecosystem continues to grow. From Joe Rogan to Ben Shapiro's The Daily Wire to Rumble as a platform that continues to grow, and now possibly Tucker Carlson joining in. The landscape of independent media, this new age of media, continues to grow, and this might be one of the biggest events thus far. Let's friggin' go, folks. This is a battle of good versus evil, of truth versus lies, and it's just getting started. That's what I got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel if you guys want to join us here at the Liberal Hive Mind. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.